Hello, guys. It is Kate here from Hello Funnels, and welcome to the Doing It Online podcast. Today, I'm actually going to be answering a question that I was asked inside our eCourse Empire community just the other day, and it sparked a really great discussion. And so I wanted to chat to you guys about it as well. And the question was, do you need to have a video on your sales page? Like, do they help to increase conversions? Are they things that are needed? Is it old school? Is it new? Like, what's the go with video? So I thought, let's dive into the pros and cons of this, because the answer is, as always, it depends. So hopefully I can help you guys make the right decision for your sales page. So let's dive right on in. Okay, guys. So as I mentioned, I got asked a question inside our eCourse Empire community the other day, and it sparked such a great discussion. And so many people jumping in going, I love them, I hate them, I use them, they work well, I use them, they've never worked for me. And I thought it was so brilliant to see so many different sort of sides of this. And so I wanted to sort of really chat through the pros and the cons to help you guys make the right decision, because it is one of those questions where, as with so many things in business, it's, there is no right or wrong. There's only what's right or wrong for you. So how do you figure out whether this is a tactic that you should or shouldn't be using? So first of all, one thing I'd like to talk about when it comes to creating sales pages and anything that you're doing that's marketing or selling is that you need to be aware that different people actually like to consume information. And also, it's not even that they like to consume it, is they have to consume it in different ways. So, and this is, I'm talking about just, regular able-bodied peeps. Like, this isn't even thinking about the extra accessibility issues that you should also always be considering when you are putting together anything out on the internet. So, some people, the way they learn, the way they digest information is they have to hear it or they have to talk about it. Other people, they have to see it. They're more visual. They like to scan it. Some people need to have that human touch. They want to see you speaking. Other people, and this is me personally, like my experience with videos on sales pages is I don't see, like for me personally as a buyer, I never watch them because I'm like, that takes too long. I can skim, I can read. I'm usually, when I'm purchasing something, I've been sort of around the block enough times. I know what it is I am and aren't looking for, and I can usually get that information from the page. I'd much rather skim, pull out the info there. I'm pretty much never going to sit down and watch a video. So, all these things kind of have to be taken into account. So how do you decide? So let's backtrack a little bit. So usually when people are deciding whether or not they want to add a a video to the sales page, they usually do it based on one or two things. One, whether or not they've seen a lot of people in their industry or that they look up to doing it, and therefore you make that assumption that that is the thing you have to do, rightly or wrongly. Or two, if it's something that you appreciate on a sales page, then you are going to think that's something that I have to do. So with that all in mind, you're probably thinking, well, the answer then is that, because different people need to be able to consume information in different ways, that yes, you should have a sales page. So you should have a video on your sales page, because that is going to obviously attract and help to convert and help to give the information and the connection that the people who need that need, right? And so that is probably the answer is probably yes. But I have some caveats. So the caveats I have for whether or not you should have a video on your sales page are this. Number one, do you feel confident on video? Because just having any video on the sales page is not going to help increase conversions. If you get on video and you hate video and you shrink on video and you're nervous and you're mumbling, and again, I'm not saying you need to be perfect. You don't need to be a professional level presenter to be able to do a good video, but you need to be natural. You need to feel comfortable, or it will come across. So if you're going to stick a video on your sales page because you think you should have a video on your sales page, but that video isn't actually any good, then you're probably actually better off not having the video on your sales page. The second reason why I would say don't have a video on your sales page is if you are a perfectionist, and it's going to mean that you're going to spend weeks scripting it out, researching, shooting it, reshooting it, editing it, getting blowouts, all this stuff. And it's basically going to take so much of your time and attention away from stuff, bigger stuff that you should be doing. So, the adding in the video to the sales page, it's one of those tasks, it's one of those optimizing tasks that might increase your conversions by a couple of percent here or there. It's not going to take an offer that's not selling to making it sell hundreds. It's not that kind of lever. It's a tweak that will create a similar sized tweak or increase in sales. So if you are at that point of, you know that you feel pretty natural on camera, you're able to whip something up, get it up there in a few hours, and you kind of have that expectation of, yep, this is just going to help a couple of extra people here and there to get what they need. And that is what I know I'm doing. And that's my expectation going into it. Then absolutely do it. But if, as I said, if you're a perfectionist, it's going to take you weeks. Don't do it. There's other things you should definitely be focusing on. Or if you just, you're not going to be able to show up and put your best self forward. And, that's not to say that you can't go away and practice and start doing lots of lives and stuff like that and get your confidence up so you are more natural and you do speak more, more effectively on video, and then come back and do a video. But if you're going to be up there reading a script and it's going to be really dull and dry and it's going to just have people go, oh, I don't know if I want to learn from this person. They seem like they're not that engaging. Don't do it. There's plenty of sales pages out there that do not have videos that convert really, really well. So if your medium isn't video, if your medium is writing, then it's totally fine to have a words only sales page. You don't need to have all the things. So my final little piece of advice, if you are going to add a video to your sales page, is make sure it has closed captions on it, and make sure those are not just AI generated ones. Make sure you actually read them. Just to share a client's little horror story where she has an Australian accent like I do. She was talking about slide decks a lot in her presentation, like in the it's relevant to her program. So she mentioned the term slide deck a lot, and for some reason the lovely AI, rather than going for the word slide deck, which is a known term, decided to say slide DICK. So she, on all of her captions, multiple times, she was saying DICK, which is probably not what you want on a sales presentation, because you're just going to have people sitting there giggling and forgetting what it was, and it just makes you look really unprofessional. So if you are going to embed the video, make sure you have closed captions, because a lot of people are reading these things on, they're on the toilet or whatever, and they don't have sound on. So don't expect them to be able to hear what you're saying. Also, not everyone is able to hear. And also just make sure you double check what they say, because you don't want to have AI, allowed to go free range on something that's that important. So I hope this guy has been helpful, guys. I hope it helps you make the right decision for you. If you have strong opinions, video, not video, if you've tried one, if you've got horror stories, feel free to hit us up at Hello Funnels on Instagram. We'd love to hear them. If you know someone who's you think this would be useful to, please share it. It means the world to us, and you can help us get the word out. Otherwise, guys, I'll be back next week with more nerdy value for you. Until then, have an awesome week and keep doing it online. Bye.